Hello and good morning, Harvey and people. Welcome, both of you guys. I'm glad to see both of you. I've invited both of you. Please do join me. So it's Sunday morning here in the UK, and our local time is 8:02.
Hello, good morning, teacher.
Good morning, Harvey. How are you doing today?
Yeah, today is okay, good, fantastic.
All right. Did you get my emails? Yes, you did. Yeah.
Yes, I did, but I didn't find the information what I wanted. For example, I don't know how to pronounce it
Okay. It's a matter of supervision. Okay, Harvey.
from the yes, teacher.
Yeah. Welcome. Hello, Kaushal. Thank you very much. No, the files are okay, but you need to know how to pronounce them. That's what I'm saying. Hello, Avin. Welcome. Thank you very much, guys. Rizwan, thank you very much. Uh, so, welcome,
Yes,
Bipul and Harvey. So, Harvey, thank you very much for joining. Bipul, are you there?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Would you like to tell me where are you from?
I am from India.
Okay, and what's your profession, if you don't mind?
I am preparation of my further study.
In which level?
IELTS exams.
For which country?
I first prefer Canada.
Okay, and which level? That's what I'm saying. Is it undergraduate, graduate, postgraduate?
Graduate.
Great. Best of luck and welcome. And we have got
Thank you, sir.
Kaushal. Kaushal, welcome.
Yes, sir.
Kaushal, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, sir.
I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. I thought I couldn't hear you. Okay. Where are you from and what do you do?
I am from India.
Okay, so was it you answering earlier or Bipul?
What, sir?
Bipul, are you there? Hang on a second. Bipul?
yes, sir.
Okay. Bipul, where are you from?
I'm from India.
Okay. And may I know what you do?
I'm in college, second year student.
Great. Welcome. So Bipul, Kaushal, and next is Rizwan. Rizwan, welcome.
yes, sir.
Can you hear me, Rizwan?
Nice.
Yes, sir. I hear you.
Okay, where are you from?
Hello.
Yes, Rizwan, where are you from?
Yes, sir. I am also from India.
Okay, and may I know what you do?
Yeah, I am from India, Uttar Pradesh.
All right.
Yeah, I'm pursuing the graduation from Aligarh Muslim University.
Okay, welcome. Thank you very much, guys. So we have got one, two, three, four people. So I'll mention the name when I'd like to ask you a question. Okay, so these classes are mostly designed for the IELTS candidates in both academic and general test takers. And has any of you taken this test before?
No, sir.
Okay,
No, never.
Yes, sir. I know about academic and general exams.
but have you taken the test? That's my question.
No,
Yes, I
no.
am taking in one time examination.
How long ago it was?
It was 6 months ago.
And what was your score?
My scores was overall 5.5.
Was it academic, you said?
Yes, yes. I take academic.
You took academic, it's a past tense.
Yes.
All right, great. So welcome, guys. So if you have taken, then you know how the test works. And other people, briefly, there are two types of tests, general and academic. Academic is mostly needed for the studies, from the word you can say academic studies. It could be undergraduate, graduate, postgraduate research program, or training or registration. And the general test is only for immigration, for working purpose, like a work permit or work visa. Not everyone has to sit for the IELTS exam. It's only for those people who like to either study or migrate to another English speaking countries. And if you've got any questions before we start discussing, please ask me. I'll go with Bipul first. Bipul, do you have any other
Eh,
questions to know?
Currently, no, sir.
Okay, then Harvey,
yes, teacher.
do you have anything to ask?
So far it's okay because I'm older student.
Okay, you
So
know almost everything. That's great. All right, and then Kaushal, right?
Yes, sir.
Have
I
you?
have one question.
yeah, teacher. I have one question. Yes, maybe some classmates can mute their speaker when they don't
Speak. Okay.
speak to. Yes, maybe you can remind them.
All right, guys. So there are some rules here. If you don't mind, when somebody is speaking, let this person finishes the speaking first. And if you're not talking, you can mute your microphone. That really helps
Yes.
a noisy background. And if you have got any questions, always ask me. Yeah, stop me and ask me this. I've got a question or I need to know this thing.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, Kaushal.
Uh, how to improve in speaking module, sir?
Okay, I'll explain it in a moment. No worries. And any other question from anyone? Like Rizwan, have you got anything to know?
Yeah, sir, same question. How can we improve our English speaking fluently?
Okay, that's great. This is a very common question for most of the students and learners. Okay, guys, thank you very much for joining. I'm glad that you have subscribed to my class. And I have noticed that all of you join on a free trial basis. Let me explain quickly. Free trial means you'll get 2 lessons only. One is today, which you're taking at the moment. The next lesson will be next week, Saturday, because these classes always run on Saturdays and Sundays, 8 a.m. UK time. So it should be 12:30 Indian time, 1 o'clock Bangladesh time. Okay, and early morning in. Can you please mute yourself if you're not talking, guys? It's really noisy. Thank you very much. Okay, so in IELTS exam, in speaking part, there are three tasks. Okay, testing started again. Yeah, welcome back. Yes, for a second you all got disconnected, but you all are back. So who is here? Can you please tell me? Harvey, I can hear you. Bipul, are you there? Kaushal, are you there? And who's the other person? Only 3 people are here. Okay, so let me give you the tips of speaking. Okay, as I said, in IELTS exam, there are 3 types of tasks. Task 1, which is or part 1. Can you see the screen that I have shared, guys? Okay, Bipul, is that you? I can see your camera is on. Okay, so task 1 is mostly common question. They ask your name, where are you from, what do you do, what's your future plan, and they can ask any of these topics like work, family, home life, and personal interests. Depending on your answer, it might take 4 to 5 minutes to complete the whole conversation. There are few things you must know if you want to get good marks in IELTS test in speaking part. Number 1, you must have good knowledge about the vocabulary. Okay, different kinds of vocabulary. It could be synonyms, it could be antonyms, it could be phrasal verbs, group verbs, it could be collocations, it could be expression, it could be phrases, or any other dialect. Okay, dialect mean, in American and British English there are many expressions that they use it internally, they don't use outside of the country. We call them dialect. Number 2, good knowledge about grammar, how you can use these words into complete sentences. Say if you know a word but you don't know how to use them, then there is no point of knowing the word because you can't use it. Okay, and also you have to use different kinds of grammar structures. That's rule number 2. Rule number 3 is that you must know how to use and create compound sentences. Do you know, guys, how to use compound sentences or complex sentences? People? Hello? Can you hear me, guys? Harvey, are you there? Can you guys hear me again? Sorry, say. Okay, but in IELTS exam, it is expected that you know how to use the compound and complex sentences. If you want to get good score and high score, you have to know compound. I'm writing it. Compound or complex sentences. Yes, compound. That's right. Okay. Do you know how to create compound sentences? It's not. If you know how it is created, the structure, then it will be easier for you. Okay. I think, was it Bipul who said that you know how to create it? Or Kushal? Because I'm confused with your tones, guys, because I'm not sure if I understand your tone. Okay. So this general concept about compound sentences, in one sentence, there should be more than one person, like 2 subject, 2 verbs. It could be 3 as well. And we can connect them by using either comma or conjunctions. We call it correlative conjunctions, like but, for, so, though, although, etc. I'm going to write in my screen so that you can understand. Okay, all of you. No problem. So the best way to give you the example is, hang on a second, I'm going to share it. Compound sentence is not a simple sentence now. Can you see the screen? Okay. Okay, it's like a whiteboard. For example, say Harvey likes tea. Yeah, let me write. Harvey likes tea. Bipul, what do you like, tea or coffee? I'm giving a simple example. Sorry, Bipul, what do you like? Bipul likes tea. Okay. Kaushal, do you like tea or coffee? So you don't like any of the Kaushal doesn't like anything. Okay. Look, this is be a good example, like any drinks. Eh? I like coffee. Okay. Now you see, we are 4 people. We have got 4 different choices. Harvey likes tea. People likes tea. Kaushal doesn't like any drinks. I like coffee. Now, the concept of compound sentence that we'll bring these 4 sentences in one. Say, then in that case, I'll start like this. Harvey likes Harvey and Bipul. Say Harvey and Bipul. You both like tea, yeah? Like tea. Remember, when you're using Bipul and Harvey, it becomes plural number, and then we don't have to use as with the verb. So Harvey and Bipul like tea, but Kaushal doesn't like any drinks, whereas, say, I mentioned my name, Rahat likes coffee. You see, this is a compound sentence where you can see how many subjects, Harvey, Bipul, Kaushal, and Rahat. So this is the concept of compound sentence. If you want to get good marks in IELTS exam, in the writing part as well in speaking part, we need to know how we can use them correctly and effectively. Now, is it clear, guys, all of you, what is compound sentence? Okay, my suggestion would be, when we finish the class, when you have got free time, study a little bit more about more examples. Okay, the reason is that most of the times our learners do not use compound sentence, which is why if you use it in IELTS exam or any kind of job interview, your speaking or statements will be more assessed valuable way than other candidates, because they're not using compound sentence, they're using only simple sentence. Okay, clear, guys? Okay, number 2 topic is for IELTS exam that you have to speak only about the topic. For example, if I ask you one common question, what is global warming? Now, if you don't know what is global warming, then it will be impossible for you to answer it. And do not try to bring any other, each topic which is not related to global warming. Sometimes our learners have the trends, they don't know the answer, but they like to say something else. Do not say it in IELTS exam or any other job interview. It will be regarded as a negative impact on your score. Okay, clear, guys? Okay, I'm going to give you some more tips how we can get fluent speaker. Remember, in IELTS exam, 4 things are assessed for your marking. Okay, let me show you the 4 things. Can you see that? Fluency and coherence. Can you see the screen again, all of you? So fluency means the speed, the way you talk. We do not speak faster and slower, in the medium speed. You do not be repetitive, do not use the same sentence, the same words, and do not pause or be quiet for more than 10 seconds. It will affect your fluency. And coherence means you have to talk about the topic that you have been asked, as I mentioned earlier. Talk about the topic. You get 25% marks out of 9. Okay, in speaking part, you get 9 marks. Okay, so then lexical resources, which means you have to know synonyms, antonyms, phrasal verbs, group verbs, phrases, and even collocations and other expressions. Okay, so this you get another 25% marks. Next one is grammatical range and accuracy, which means that you need to know grammar well. And which grammar you should know? Tense. Please study tense well. These 3 things: tense, conditional sentences. Do you know conditionals, guys? And I have already explained compound sentence. So what happens if you use them in your writing and speaking, you will get definitely good marks than others, candidates. And the last one is pronunciation. Remember, many people are worried, hey, I don't have good accent. Accent is never ever an issue in the Western speaking countries and even in the exams. Not any test around the world they give marks for your accent. They give marks for your pronunciation. So what is pronunciation, guys? In simplified way, pronunciation is the technique how you can pronounce the word correctly on the right stress and the right intonation. Okay. As you might be aware, there are 2 types of pronunciation only: British English pronunciation and American English pronunciation. You can follow either of them or both of them. But for the IELTS candidate, I suggest that you follow just only one when you're answering your question. Hello, Dita Murad, welcome. Thank you very much. When I'm paying attention to our learners, I don't have time to read the comments, guys. Okay, so any other question? Because these are the 4 criteria. Now, how you can be fluent speaker? This is the challenging question. You need to speak every day. We call it practice. And you know that practice is the keyword and magic word. Choose a topic, find out a speaking partner, and discuss. Sometimes people say, "The teacher, we don't have friends, we don't have any speaking partners. How I can do that?" In that case, you have got your mobile phone or audio device. Choose a topic and record it in the device, and speak at least 2 to 3 minutes, always. And after that, you listen to it. And when you'll be listening, you'll be able to find that sometimes, oh, there are some mistakes, then correct it. Okay, if you can detect your own mistake, then that means you're a very good person in grammar. You're very good observant and listener as well. Yes, you can watch movie, that's right, and imitate them. Thank you very much, Dita, for the subscription. So watching movie and following them is another good way to develop your listening and also speaking. How we can help speaking? Say, do you watch movies, guys? Let me ask this. Welcome, Dita. Can you hear me, Dita? Sorry, thank you very much for joining. Where are you from and what do you do, Dita, quickly? Oh, that's great. Which level do you teach? High school, you said. Thank you very much for joining. And what's the reason for subscription? Okay, guys, let's move on. Thank you very much. Okay, carry on. Okay, I'm just explaining how you can get good scores in IELTS exam. So, any other questions up to now? Harvey, Beeple, Goshal, and Lexical Resources. Okay. Lexical Resource deals with different kinds of vocabs and words. It could be synonyms, you know, it could be antonyms, it could be phrasal verbs or phrases, it could be collocations, it could be an expression of English language that is acceptable. And in speaking, do not use wanna, gonna, this type of shortened form. It will affect your score. Remember, though many times our students try to use them to shorten it, but do not use it in IELTS exam, even in the job interview as well. Like people say, hey, I wanna visit London. Don't say I wanna. I would like to, or I want to, if you say it in full words. In speaking part, there are some criteria and guidelines. In order to get good score in speaking, you must follow them. Do not use any kind of slangs in your speaking, IELTS speaking. And exactly. Grammar should be correct, yes. That's right. Okay. So don't worry about your accent. Tip number 4. I've given some tips already. It is the pronunciation, the assess, and also sometimes you can pause to think, but do not pause more than 10 do not pause more than 10 seconds. Do not pause more than 10 seconds. Yes, you can maximum pause 10 seconds to think and answer. If you pause more than 10 seconds, then you'll be regarded not a fluent speaker. It will affect your score. Yes, that's right. Okay, I'm going to take a test, all of you, in a moment. Don't worry, let me explain quickly so that it will be good in a comprehensive capacity for all of us. Avoid using feelers. Do you know what are feelers, guys, or crutch words? Very often, many students or many learners or users use like this, hey, like a, actually, or you know what, we do not use it. Do not use feelers. You may use once or twice, do not use third or fourth time. Use other words in that case if you want to. Extend your answers. That means do not be limited to yes or no. Give 1 or 2 sentences. For every questions in IELTS exam, speaking task 1 and 3, you'll have 20 to 30 seconds time. And that's 20 to 30 seconds, you can always answer 3 to 4 sentences depending on your speed. Smile, because smiling helps pronunciation. That is a proven truth. Don't speak in a monotone. What it means, because we are humans, when we're speaking, we use our expressions, our emotions. We don't talk like robot. Like many movies, you can see robot talks in a same way. Mono means single tone. Like if you have watched Terminator 2, Arnold Schwarzenegger says, "Wait here, I'll be back." It's like a monotone, no change. But if in human, like because we are humans, we don't talk like this. Our tone goes up and down. So English speaking is like a rhythm, musical tone. We call it, that's why, intonation. And there are basically 4 types of intonation. Sometimes our voice goes up, we call upper intonation or rising intonation. Sometimes our voice goes down, we call down intonation or falling intonation. And sometimes we can go falling to up and the vice versa, up to falling. Okay. All right. So next one is, let me go quickly. Practice common topics like tourism and travel. You'll find this type of information on internet. My suggestion would be, whatever you get the information, practice it, guys. Practice is the keyword or magic word. Okay, this we have explained already. Grammar, clarity, accuracy, self-correction. Yes, if you think that you're making mistakes, if you want to correct it. But if you think that, okay, I don't want to correct, move on. No worries. That's why the test is for, to assess your grammar. Speak and talk loudly. Do not talk too fast or too slow. Maintain the gap, at least 10 seconds maximum. Be confident, even if you're making mistakes. Do not stop your answer. It will affect your fluency. Make it interesting. Explain it in an interesting way. Stick to the point. So sometimes some people do not know the answer. They try to bring something else in the answer. Do not do that, please. It will affect your score. And talk, especially in speaking task 2, as much as you can. You know, the speaking task 2 is the cue card where you'll be given a topic in a card and you'll be given 1 minute to think of it. Then the examiner will ask, now speak. You have to speak at least 2 minutes or more about the topic. There will be questions and hints and you will just talk about that. Speak naturally, follow the pronunciation techniques, correct intonation, and speak articulately. Don't worry about the accents once again. There is no marking, guys. Okay? Use compound sentences where possible. So these are the basic criteria of IELTS speaking task. Any other question before we go to the next part? Any other question? Anyone?
Yes, sir, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, I know about all grammar rules, but how to implement in sentences?
Okay, so you have to create sentences. Now the challenging part is that sometimes you don't know whether your sentences are correct or not. In that case, you need to get help from a qualified person. It could be teacher or it could be someone else who knows good grammar. Harvey, I can't hear you. Can you speak, please? I think I lost him. Any other questions? Dita, because Dita is the new member. Or Bipul or Kaushal? Okay. So this is like a, you know, cue card test, which is that speaking task 2 in IELTS exam. So hang on a moment, please. আম্মা ওইটা রাখেন, আমি একটু পরে ছেড়ে দিতেছি। আমার ক্লাস তো চলতেছে, শেষ হলে ছেড়ে দিতেছি। So guys, can you see the screen, all of you? So it is a speaking task test, sample test. So you'll describe a book that you read last year. All of you have to speak at least 2 minutes. You can speak more than 2 minutes, 3 minutes if you want to. So when you're speaking about the topic, make sure you mention the name of the book, writer's name, what kind of book it is, like it is a fiction, it's a love story, it's a thriller, it's a detective books, and why you liked it. You have to tell us the reason, when you read it, roughly a time, and was the book recommended by anyone, or would you like to recommend the book to someone else? Did you like any specific character of the book, or do you remember a specific quotation? You can use them. Okay, guys, let me know when you're ready. We don't have much time. By the way, this class is a time control class. It goes like a countdown timing. When it becomes 0, it shuts down automatically. So who would like to go first? Harvey, yeah? Yeah, you're back. Okay. Start speaking, please, because I'm going to watch the time. All right. Mm-hmm. Arif. Okay. Thank you very much, Harvey. No problem. You spoken around 4 minutes. That's pretty cool. And I'm going to give you the feedback later. Dita, welcome. Thank you very much for coming back. You've been teaching for how many years? So, great. Now my next question is, why did you subscribe to this lesson? Mm-hmm. Okay, I have more or less explained. Do you have any other question? Okay, so in IELTS exam, in speaking part, there is a task 2, which you have heard it, Harvey has answered. So you're going to have similar kind of topics, okay? So let's taste. So you're going to talk about a book that you, excuse me, read last year. You'll mention the name of the book, writer's name, what kind of book it is, why you liked it, when you read it, was the book recommended by anyone, or you can recommend to someone else, or do you like any specific quotation or a character, you can mention it. Okay, let me know when you're ready, because you have to speak at least 2 minutes. Remember to use correct grammar, vocabs, as well as your correct pronunciation, and if possible compound sentences to get more marks. So in IELTS exam, what they do, they give you 1 minute before you start the topic, so that you can organize all the ideas and points, and you'll be given a pencil and paper where you can write it and you can see it and answer it. Remember, you don't have to read the question, you just answer it like the way Harvey has answered. Well done, Harvey. Spoke around 4 minutes 2 seconds. It doesn't matter, Harvey, who wrote the book. Remember, in IELTS exam, speaking test is nothing but to test your English. It doesn't matter whether you're providing true information or fake information. It is just the assessment of your English. Yeah, if you start now, then I'll start counting the time. Please go ahead.
I read that book also, mostly in my spare time, like in night, during the night before I go to sleep. The book is not recommended by anybody. I just found that book by myself, but I like to recommend it to the other person who is seeking for the motivational book. Okay, and there is no specific quotation, I think, because but I have one favorite quote. It says, "Don't change your move just to confirm your arrives." That is my favorite quote. Okay, sir, may I think that's all.
You spoke only 1 minute and 30 seconds. You need to speak a little bit more. Okay. How you can extend your answer? I'm going to give you a clue. Harvey, thank you very much. You have really explained well. And please remember, do not bring any negative answers when you're explaining. Okay, if you can't remember the quotation, all of you, if you can remember the specific character, don't worry. But you can mention it vaguely. We call it roughly. Yeah, the book is amazing. There are many quotations and characters. Those are amazing as well. You answered it like this because you don't know the name of the characters or quotations. And
Yes.
so, and also go with the flow according to the questions that you have been asked on the screen, and that will really help you to elaborate your answers. Okay. And hey, Ahmed, thank you very much for your donation. I'm the best teacher on the Hello. No, I'm not the best teacher. I give my best efforts to help and support everyone. That's the fact. Okay, so I'm giving the feedback of Harvey first. You have really explained some of the sentences well. Though there is some little bit grammar problem, don't worry. I'll suggest you, because this is a recorded, Dita and Harvey, as you know, it will be saved underneath my account in Facebook account as well as YouTube channel. You can always observe and listen from there how well you have done. When you listen your own speaking, sometimes it will help you understand your presentation skill, your mistakes, your grammar structures, and you can always learn from there. Remember that. And being a non-native speaker, we examiner will not expect that you're going to be 100% accurate, and that is acceptable. Remember that in conversational English, we make mistakes, that is acceptable. But if you learn from the mistake and if you promise, hey, I've learned it, I'm not going to make the same mistake again, then your speaking would be amazing next time. Okay, for Dita, you have spoken 1 minute 30 seconds for the first time speaking. That's okay, because most of the cases students cannot even speak more than 1 minute. Remember how you can extend the answer. Always start the topic with an amazing sentence. Do not go straight away to the answer. And also, Dita, I have realized that you have used this grammatical information. Like, I have read a book last year. This is grammatically incorrect. Let me explain why. Remember, if we mention in a sentence last year, last week, last month, yesterday, or any specific time in the past, we use simple past tense or past indefinite or past simple. We do not use present perfect. But you have used the sentence on your first sentence. I have read a book last year. You should have said, I read a book last year instead of I have read a book, because here is a time is a factor. Okay, Dita, clear? Is that?
Okay, sir.
And also for
Thank
Harvey and
you.
other people who are listening to me. Remember, guys, we do not use present perfect when there is a time mentioned, like yesterday, last year, last week, last month, 2019, 2018, a past event. We must always use past simple or past indefinite. That is the grammar rule.
Yes, teacher. Yeah, I have one question. Yeah, you just mentioned every student had the chance to correct themselves
That's
when
right.
they realized they made a mistake. I mean, if I actively correct myself, then the examiner will add or deduct the band scores for my action.
Okay, let me elaborate your question again. If you have noticed that you have made mistake, okay, straight away correct it. Like, say, if Dita can recognize, I have read a book last year. No, sorry, I read a book last year. You say sorry and use the correct sentence. The examiner will definitely note it. Remember, all the IELTS speaking part is recorded in an audio device as a proof that you have sat for the exam. And sometimes some students challenge that, oh, I'm not happy with my score. I wanted to get it reassessment by the second examiner. In that case, they have to send this recording to the second examiner. Okay. And also, I forgot to mention there are two types of IELTS exam. One is paper-based test. We call it PBT. Another is computer-based test. Another that is CBT. Harvey knows it for the information of data. So what is the difference? When it is a paper-based test, your reading part will be given the booklet and answer sheet. Okay. And for your writing part, you'll be given the paper and question papers. But when it's a computer-based test, for a reading part, you have to done all the questions through the computer. For writing part, all have to write through the computer and submit from the computer. It's like an online test. Okay. So if you are good at typing,
Okay.
use computer-based test. If you are good at writing, use the paper-based test. It depends on you. When you're registering, you have to mention it. Make sure the way you like comfortable, you feel comfortable. You can sit for the IELTS exam every month, and it's, in certificate is valid for 2 years from the date of exam. If you want to get your score sheets reassessed, you can only apply for speaking part and writing part. Other two parts will never be reassessed because that is electronic answer. And you have to do it within the 28 days. If it goes to the second examiner, your test, and if the score becomes less than 1 or more than 1, the last time score, then they will give you the average score. Okay. Generally it doesn't happen. Sometimes students do not go for this. And
So how many teachers we meet during the speaking part?
only one
Only
teacher,
one or two?
one teacher will assess your score. But as I said, if you're not happy, you can say, hey, I deserve more. If then you have to appeal it within the 28 days. In that case, it will be going to the second examiner. And as you might be aware, there is IELTS exam from Cambridge University or the British Council UK, and there is another IELTS from IDP Australia. They are valued same, only they are like a sister, organization. IDP Australia and British Council UK, same. They are valued same. Okay.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
No
Yeah.
problem. So when you start a topic, do not go to the topic straight away. Make it a bit interesting, as if you remember. Hey guys, I'm going to describe a book that I read last year. The book's name was this. You wouldn't believe it was an amazing book written by this writer. This writer has different kinds of books. He is good at, say, fiction or thriller or romantic writing. But I like this book because now they're giving me the examples. As a matter of fact, books are the best companions of human lives. When you feel lonely, when you don't have anyone, you can always read books and learn a lot of things. You see, you're making sometime a story. Remember, an IELTS exam speaking part 2 is nothing but a creating story of your own, which is more interesting, which gives a good image of your communication skills. Sometimes students say that, honestly, guys, Dita and Harvey, teacher, this is wrong information. Don't worry whether it's a right or wrong information. They are going to assess your 4 things of speaking: your fluency, your vocab, your grammar, your pronunciation. Okay. So don't worry
Yeah.
about is the fact or the misleading information. You can create. It's like you're creating your own story. Then you mentioned why you liked it and why you read it. Like you have mentioned, I read it in the July last year. During the pandemic time, I didn't have nothing to do, but I read this book. It gave me lots of information about the reality of life. Blah, blah, blah. You're adding lots of things. Now, you see, it goes with the flow whenever you're speaking. If you use compound sentences, then it will bring more marks, because most of the cases, candidates use only simple sentence, like I wanted to do, I didn't want to do, for example. Okay.
So, teacher, you suggest your classmate to use the compound sentence. Maybe they can get a high score, right?
That's right. Everyone, not only my classmates, anyone who uses compound sentences in IELTS writing part as well in speaking part, you get higher marks.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but when I realized my mistake, you suggest me to correct immediately or
Immediately, if
just
possible.
skip it.
No, if possible, you can correct it immediately. But if you don't want to correct, move on. That's fine. It will affect your score, but don't worry. There are some mistakes you should be aware. Remember, if you are describing something from the past, do not use present tense. It is a great mistake. Okay? And if you're using, if you are going to give a description of something in the future, you must use future tense. Do not use present tense or past tense. It will block your message. Remember that. Some mistakes are not acceptable in IELTS exam. It will seriously affect your score. But some mistakes are acceptable though. Okay?
But I don't know how to judge.
Yeah, when you don't know how to find out your own mistakes, as I said, in that case, the best option would be to get it checked by a qualified person. It could be a friend, it could be another teacher, it could be a qualified teacher, it could be Hallo teacher like us, you know. And as you know,
Yes.
so
Yes.
by the way, Dita, as I said earlier, you have subscribed on a trial basis. You will get 2 free lessons, and after that, your subscription would be over. But if you want to continue in the future, then you have to use money. There is a offer going on. If you use
Yes.
Team Blue, you'll get 10% discount for all of your classes. Yeah, and the
Yes.
member of
Okay,
Team Blue.
sir.
There is a competition on this app starting from the 22nd. Team Blue and Team Red teachers. Okay, and you
Oh
get
yeah.
Yes.
and yeah,
Teacher.
go on, Dita.
I am sorry. I'm a newbie in using this app, so I don't know much about this app, and I'm still confused about when I'm saying team blue or team red. I don't understand about that, teacher.
Okay, okay. Let me explain quickly. So we have got a competition starting from the next week, and all the teachers have been classified in 2 groups, Team Blue and Team Red. So I'm one of the teachers from the Team Blue, and there are many other amazing teachers are here, like our CEO June is here, teacher Haley, April, Jared, then I'm trying to remember Dunbeer and many other new teachers here, Sabrina as well. She's from Indonesia as well. And Team Red is other teacher. It's like a friendly competition to promote ourselves, okay, and nothing but uh, anything else, and we'll be rewarded according to our activities. And also, if you're using from your mobile phone, then you can
Okay.
find the community section. You can visit the community section. There are many posts related to our competition. Related to your community post is like a Facebook post. You can post your photos, your post, your video, and people will watch it. Okay. So, okay.
Teacher?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you can read the question from Shirley. Yeah. Actually, I mean, in the past sentence means red. Read red with IEAD is the same. So I just I read a book last day. I read the book last year. It's okay. I think so. Right?
No, your
Don't
pronunciation should be read, not read. If you say read,
Okay.
it becomes present tense. The past tense of read is read, though the spelling is
I
same.
read.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Remember that we cannot use present perfect. Charlie didn't listen to me carefully. I explained to Dita that she has used I have read, but that is incorrect. We should use I read simply, past simple or past indefinite. Okay? That is what I explained, Harvey and Dita. Remember that. I didn't say that we have to use present perfect. We have to use past simple or simple past. And we have got
Okay.
15 more
Good.
seconds,
Good.
guys. Thank you very much. It's going to be finished. Remember to
Thank
follow
you,
and
teacher.
support me. You will get all the other live streams notification. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. I hope to see you soon. And if you've got any question, message me.